Hello, people. I've finally done a significant bit of writing of Henry VIII versus Robots Part 2. But I found a program online called AI Dungeon, and it's a highly sophisticated AI where you can type in prompts and it comes back with something, and it's very creative, but it's very bizarre. So I've used it to write a story. See if you can guess which bits I wrote and which bits the AI wrote. Right. Owen, Ale- Owen Alice and her brilliantly creative but slightly crazy friend Jessie were accompanied by Rowan, a sarcastic, logical guy who hated everything. They were busy trying to fly to Mars on their own gliders, with your help, of course. Without any of our training, you agreed to help as usual, but only on the condition that Jessie wouldn't burn down another church. I'm not going to burn another church, she protested. I just want to do this. No, you said firmly. Why not? That was a good question. Because you'll hurt Rowan's feelings, she could have said, but that'd be petty. Because I'd feel bad, you'd thought. Fine, Jessie huffed, we can do this another time. Sure thing. Do you want to burn down the church? Owen Alice said, despite having just told Jessie not to do so. Oh, I'm going to laugh so hard at this. Also, I'm reading from my computer, so I'm going to very obviously scroll down where you can hear it. And it's so difficult to do. Nah, he said nonchalantly. I'm not that bored. There was a brief moment of silence. Well, I guess we better be going then. You do know arson's illegal, right? Said Rowan, the logical foil. Don't care, he said, not looking back as she set out for the woods once more. You don't really think about the fires you cause. You should get that on a shirt, said Jessie, laughing maniacally. You joined in her laughter as the wind blew through your hair. Next time we need to go even deeper into the woods, said Owen. Why do we need to go deep into the woods when we're trying to get to Mars? Complained Rowan. Doesn't make sense in this scenario. Fine, Owen huffed. I'll go talk to the pilot. Are you sure you've the permission to go flying? No, of course I don't, said Owen. But who needs licenses these days? We need to decide who's going to cause the most damage when we get to the city, said Jessie. You or me? Why are we causing damage when we're trying to get to Mars? Screamed Rowan, who was licking an ice cream. This program is stupid. Because if any of us fail, we all fail, said Owen. Who's going to cause the most damage? You, of course, said Jessie. Oh, thanks, you're too kind, said Owen, but I've only burnt down one church. I see your brother. Don't even go there, you said, rolling your eyes. Just don't cause any property damage, all right? Fine, Owen huffed. I'll keep property damage to a minimum. Can we change the subject? Fine, Jessie said. That was the last thing you heard for a while. You were soon left in complete and utter peace. Yeah, I'm shortening my name because I'm getting tired. It's late at night. And Jesse's brother Ragnorr appeared, brandishing a knife. He was evil and had killed countless people for no reason, but he only wanted to be well liked. He knew that if he killed you, Jesse would definitely try to kill him, and he would more than likely kill her instead. This would cause a massive power vacuum in the colony and allow him to take power. Nobody knew how it would cause a massive power vacuum, of course. It was just one of those things, like sports. I was meant to write sports, but I did a typo, and I just ran with it. Obviously, nobody had the courage to actually do anything about it, not even shoot him. There were a few people who claimed they would, but none of them actually followed through on their threats, because in all honesty, they couldn't be bothered. They were too busy gardening. Eventually, he disappeared again, and you never heard anything else about him. As far as you were concerned, he was an isolated incident that would never happen again. However, that turned out to be wronger than a wet flannel, and Ragnorr soon took over the galaxy. It started with him sending a few seemingly friendly spaceships to various places. They would land and say they had some good news and that the ruler of this and that planet should give them allegiance. Spaceships all said messages such as Legion of Evil approaching, but everyone was dumb and didn't listen. Soon it turned into complete and utter invasion with no mercy at all, apart from all the mercy Ragnar sometimes showed. Not everyone died, of course. There were always the hopeful to surrender rather than die. Maybe they thought it would be the same for their friends. If so, they were sadly mistaken, because their friends were dumb too, and didn't listen when the next town was invaded. Soon there wasn't much of anything that wasn't under Empire control. In time you stopped leaving the colony, there was no point anymore. Luckily Ragnorr was killed by Blackbird later and all was forgotten. You even managed to live a happy and prosperous life for several years. After Jesse's death you stopped trying altogether. Right, I wrote 5 of these stories before settling on this one, and in all of them the AI came up with Jesse dying. The AI hates her, I swear. Great, even the AI is trying to ship us, said Owen. You never really cared for all this power, but truly wished someone would have the willpower to stop Ragnorr before it was too late. Even though a few paragraphs ago he was stopped. Even though a few paragraphs ago he was stopped. It says it twice on there. I don't know why. I don't know what I was doing. You hated it when the same thing happened to you. I'm sorry, I just couldn't help myself. You have a strange sense of humour. You briefly wondered what you would have done differently, and in the end it doesn't matter because you can't change the past. There's no point in worrying about things you cannot change. How did Jesse die again? Asked Rowan. What do you mean, you ask? I heard someone talking about Jesse and it sounded like you. When was this, you ask? During lunch earlier. Well, Jesse died by Ragnar's hand 2 years ago, you say with a sigh. You look over at Owen, who just shrugs. Well, someone's spreading lies, she says. It's hurtful that you accuse me of lying, you say. I'm not accusing you of anything, I'm stating a fact. What actually happened then, Smarty Pants? Jesse died by Ragnar's hand in a raid on a town they invaded. That's literally just what I said. You just want to take credit for the viewers on Instagram and YouTube. I should have said this much earlier, but my YouTube account's called Polar Bears Eating Penguins. Just what you should know. Please like, comment, subscribe. Dislike if you want, I just want to know you're there. I'm not really depressed. I'm not even on there. Whatever you say, shake your head and continue reading through the kind of dull official statement that you usually read. To be continued. You decide it's time to take a break from reading. All this power makes you tired. Still, you ask Owen a question. Are you gay? What? Are you gay? What does that matter? Are you gay? No. Lie, you were checking me out when we first met, remember? Oh yeah. While you were distracted, Owen managed to sneak up on you. This doesn't make any sense at all, does it?